All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. All right. Back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. All right. And he shall be chased out of the world pursuant to the scriptures. All right. And we're in a time of prophecy where this devil is being called out on every side. Okay. The world essentially is rising up against him. Okay. And I was reading out this book that you brothers know about. Let's pull that up, which is entitled Who is Esau, Edom? All right, it's a good book, of course, chew the meat, spit out the bones. All right, but I just wanted to land back off a part that I was reading. So I pulled it up here on PDF so you can see it on the screen. I actually have the book in my possession, but I just want to make a point. All right, because this is the end of the so-called white man. All right. And I got some scriptures here to bring out, to edify, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. But in this book, Who is Esau, Edom? Let me get straight to the point here. I believe it's page 114. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. It's a lot of good material in this book. All right. Pretty much calls out the 1948ers. All right. It identifies who they are, their plans of a one world government, et cetera, et cetera. All right. But the author of this book, who I believe is a 1948 himself, goes off saying that the true Israelites are so-called white people, but which we know that's all bullshit. But nevertheless, just wanted to take something from out this book here that I came across earlier. Bear with me. Let me pull it up. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah. This is page 114. All right. It's the final act. All right, so let's read this real quick. I just wanted to land back off of it. All right, because we're in that time now of all these things pertaining to prophecy is written, and we're going to get these scriptures. Hey, the brother already got the scriptures on the comment board. I see you, brother. Hey, shalom. Beautiful. But anyway, the final act, it says, as we turn to the final act in God's script, we find it has several interesting and startling scenes. Hold on, let me make this a little bigger. How do I make this bigger? All right, Shalakia. Bear with me. Just want to enlarge it a little bit. So there we go. So let's read it again. Okay. Shalakia took my page. It took me all the way back up. Hold on, let me go back down, Shalakia. It took me up. Okay. Here we go. The final act. It says, as we turn to the final act in God's script, we find it has several interesting and startling scenes that are of profound importance for world events. Here we find the climax. Here we find the climax in the conflict between good and evil. This act tells of the final completion of the kingdom of the Most High, the exposure of evil persons. All right, because are we not in the time of the exposure of the wicked, pursuing the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2? Okay. Matter of fact, since I brought it up, let's just get it, and I'll go back to that, because it said the exposures of evil persons, and who could that be? Esau, Edom. All right, the men of lawlessness. There you go. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed. You see? And who's the man of sin? Esau, the son of perdition, the son of destruction. All right. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And how are we seeing that? Through his technology. All right. You had the guy, what's his name? Yuval Noah Harari. That's pretty much been boasting as of lately of how they possess the power through their technology that's going to surpass the power of the Most High. All right. These devils are on the platform telling the world essentially that they're God. Okay. That they have reached levels beyond the Most High. All right. So this is that man. Okay. Esau, Edom, starting with the Amalekites, the 1948ers, man. All right. They're exalting themselves on the earth this very day as the Most High, man. Okay. These are those people who positive and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know that withholdeth, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Okay? These Edomites can no longer hide themselves, man. Okay? Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, and we see that, all right, through the terror, through the destruction of the planet. All right, everything is upside down, backwards. All right, there's no wisdom in America. All right, all the abominations, idolatry, Satanism, all these different things are being pushed through these people. All right, the Edomites, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. He's already at work, man. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. All right, so he has to do these things until his time to be taken out of the way. And we're in that time now, as I'm going to go in this lesson about him being chased out of the world. This is all Bible prophecy. So let's go back. Okay. Let's go back to the book. Excuse me. Bear with me 1 second. All right. So going back into the book. So reading it again, the final act. Okay. As we turn to the final act in God's script, we find it has several interesting and startling scenes that are of profound importance for world events. Here we find the climax and the conflict between good and evil. Are we not at the climax of Esau's rulership, man? All right. The pride of this devil. Okay. It says this act tells of the final completion of the kingdom of the Most High, the exposure of evil persons, the overcoming of troubles by God's people, the Israelites, the times of restitution of all things, right? When Yahushua comes back and brings in a new heaven and a new earth, right? And the destruction of the man-made worldly system known as Babylon. Ooh, man. Okay. We're at the end of the beast. Okay. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right. Before I read on. This is, let's go to Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51. And we'll just start at the top. As you can read the heading, Babylon judged for sins against Israel. All right. And Babylon is America according to the scriptures. All right. Jeremiah 51:1, it says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And that destroying wind represents the nuclear destruction that's going to come by the way of the ICBM nuclear missiles. All right. It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners, the missiles, that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him, verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. And that's what these nations are going to do. All right. In the time of World War III and the War of Armageddon. All right. These nations are going to utterly destroy Babylon. Verse 4, thus saith the Lord, Salakia, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, all right, meaning to repent, okay, and to come out of this this Western way, this Western mindset, all right. That's how you flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense, right? So Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, is going to render unto Babylon a recompense, okay, by a terrible nuclear destruction, man. All right, reading on. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad, all right? And through all the wines and philosophies that come out of America, Babylon, all the nations have become mad. They become drunken, all right? Through idolatry, through the Western way, democracy, feminism, women's rights, okay? The list goes on, sodomy, all right? Pedophilia. All these things are being pushed out of this land, out of Babylon, okay? Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. And this is what we see right now, man. This place has suddenly fallen and destroyed. The economy is out of there. All right. The moral integrity, the moral fabric of Babylon is through, man. Okay. There's no coming back from this place, man. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take bond for her pain? If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, man. So it's a wrap. Okay. This place is about to get touched. All right. So going back to the point, let's read it. Let's go back into the book. Okay. Reading that part again. The overcoming of troubles by God's people, the times of restitution of all things, and the destruction of the man-made worldly system known as Babylon. All right. Babylon the Great. It has scenes of war and peace, of rejoicing, quote unquote, and of weeping and gnashing of teeth, right? It says the scenes and events in this act thus bring about a turning point in the way in which those in the world perceive things and live their lives. Here we also find a drastic change in the lives of Esau and Jacob and the way in which the world perceives these two characters. All right, reading on, it says, exit Esau, Edom. It says, in the final act of God's script for the world, we find appearing on center stage the same two characters which first made their appearance in Genesis 25, that being Esau and Jacob. The end of the script reads just as most would expect and hope, with justice and a happy ending. Here we find God's people, Israel, being delivered from the hand of their enemy, Edom, who ends up being destroyed. All right. And then it has the scriptures written here. All right. So let me go to the next page. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll read them. It says, for the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is near upon all the heathen. As you have done, it shall be done to you. Your reward shall return upon your own head. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, which is coming to the elect. And there shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. All right, next page, it says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. All right, this is quoting Obadiah. All right, it says, and they shall kindle them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai has spoken. All right. And the house represents your people, your line, your lineage, man. So as the scriptures prophesied, there should not be any remaining of the house of Esau. Okay. Esau is going to be eradicated. Okay. Thus saith the scriptures. He shall be chased out of the world. Right. It says what is being talked about in these verses is the elimination of Esau as a people. All right. So what the hell you Christians talking about, man? Okay. First and foremost, Esau still here. He's still here. All right. Pursuing the second Ezra 6 and 9, Esau would be the end of the world. Okay. and Jacob shall be the beginning of it that followeth, man. All right. So we're in a time of what? Of Esau, Edom being eliminated. All right. What is being talked about in these verses is the elimination of Esau as a people. There should not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. With this decree, the Most High has signed and sealed Esau's death warrant. Whew. With this decree, Yahweh Shem Yahushua have signed and sealed Esau's death warrant. In this scene, the character Esau Edom makes his final exit off the stage, which means he is forever eliminated from the world scene. See also Isaiah 34, 5, and 6. Let's get it. Okay. Right? Isaiah 34, verses 5 and 6. Let's get that. Right? This is the book of Isaiah. Excuse me. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 5. And it reads, it says, for my sword, and the sword represents what? The missiles. All right. Them warheads coming down. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. All right. Because once those missiles go out of the silos and they go into the upper firmament, into the heavens, them warheads are going to come down and hit the earth. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. All right. Which is Greek for Edom. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. All right. That's elimination. All right. Verse 6. The sword of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is filled with blood, and it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams, meaning you Edomites are going to be the sacrifice, man. Okay. For the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, have a sacrifice in Basra. All right. Basra represents the capital of Edom. All right. So America will be modern day Basra. In a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right. Babylon, America. Right. And unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land should be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. This is future prophecy here, man. Okay. Vocab alone won't talk about this. Verse 8, it says, for it is the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua's vengeance. You see? In the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. All right. God's people, the Israelites. This is the vengeance of the Lord's temple. Right. So let's go back. Okay. Read it again. What is being talked about in these verses is the elimination of Esau as a people. There should not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua has spoken it. With this decree, the Most High has signed and sealed Esau's death warrant. And this scene, the character Esau Edom makes his final exit off stage, which means he is forever eliminated from the world scene. All right. Isaiah 34, 5, and 6, it says, the book of Jubilee says that when Esau would gain dominion over Jacob, Esau would commit a sin unto death, and all thy seed shall be rooted out from under heaven. All right. Reading on. It says, Here then we have the extermination of an entire race. Here then we have the extermination of an entire race or group of people, the Edomites. Today, this is often called genocide. Hold on. Let's get some more scriptures. Okay? Because as it is written, let's go to Psalm. All right. Salakia. Okay? Because it's all in the scriptures. As we read what was quoted in Obadiah. All right. As we just read in Isaiah 34, here's another one. Psalms 21. All right. Psalms 21 and verse 8. And it reads, it says, Thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. All right. The right hand is who? Yahushua, man. He's going to find out all of his enemies, starting with you Edomites. All right. Verse 9, thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. When the Lord comes back, all right, simultaneously, you're going to have those missiles, those warheads coming down. And also, you're going to have the chariots, who the world is going to call UFOs, all right, turning these people into complete dust. All right. Isaiah 66, Verses 15 and 16, the slain of the Lord shall be many. All right. He's coming with that fire, man. Thou shalt make them in fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord Yahweh Shai shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. The point, verse 10. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth. What is the fruit? Your bloodline, your lineage. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. Okay? That's genocide. That's elimination. All right? Esau's ass is out of there. Thus saith the scriptures. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform, which is this man's new world order, man. All right, trying to charagma the world. All right, the Most High, as it tells you in Job, the 20th chapter. All right, at the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. All right, so his ass is done. Verse 12: Thou shalt make them turn their back. When thou shalt make ready thy arrows. What are the arrows? The missiles. When thou shalt make ready thy arrows upon the strings against the face of them. All right. Be thou exalted, Yahweh Shemel Shai, in thy own strength, so we will sing and praise thy power. There you have it. All right. So let's read it again. Here then we have the extermination of an entire race or group of people, the Edomites. Today, this is often called genocide. The Bible actually prophesies the genocide of Esau, Edom. All right, the scriptures we've been reading. Knowing this, we must again put ourselves in the role of Esau to understand what is happening today. If your role called for your destruction, would you not want to change or circumvent that scene? All right, and that's what these devils are trying to do. All right, they're trying to offset prophecy. That's why when we brought this lesson out the other day. All right. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right. Went into this the other day because these top devils, these elites, all right, the international banking families, the top of Esau, all right, the 1948ers, if you will, what are they doing? They're fleeing into them bunkers, man, because they know that their judgment is near. All right. Just wanted to read this again. It says, this is from the Guardian.com. It says the super rich preppers planning to save themselves from the apocalypse. You see, it says tech billionaires are buying up luxurious bunkers and hiring military security to survive a societal collapse they help create. But like everything they do, it has unintended consequences. Right. So they know what's getting ready to happen, man, as it is written. All right. So going back. Okay. It says, why is it that the 1948er is running around trying to get laws passed internationally and nationally to prevent any acts that could be construed as leading to or causing genocide? If your life was on the line, will you not be doing the same? And that's why these devils are running. And that's why, as well as we're seeing we're seeing laws being put in place for what? The persecution. All right. The banning of the Bible to come against the prophets. All right. Things being labeled as extreme. All right. If anything that you speak that's against the status quo or the policies of America is labeled extremist. All right. So these devils are doing everything in their power. All right. To pretty much deflect that attention from being on them, because right now the scope is on them. All right. The wicked has been identified in the earth, and it's you Edomites. Right. If your life was on the line, would you not be doing the same? I'm gonna read a little bit more. It says the 1948ers have instigated and promoted the genocide treaty, the genocide convention, genocide laws, and even have invented the very word and meaning of genocide. In late November 1944, a book was released titled Axis Rule Occupied in Europe, authored by a Polish 48er and lawyer by the name of Raphael Lemkin. In this book, Lemkin introduced a new word, genocide. All right, just going to read a little bit more. The point was made. It says, Lemkin uttered with grim hyperbolic judgment, the Nazis, quote unquote, have destroyed whole nations, a crime for which the present writer has coined the word genocide in an analogy with homicide and fratricide. It says genocide, by its definition, was a group offense against another group. It was in the truest sense of an international crime, one race or nation against another. All right. And yeah, the point was made there, man. All right. So going back to the scriptures, all right, this is the end of the Edomite, man. We're in the final act. Okay. And right now Esau is scrambling. That's why we see the forwarding of this great reset, the getting rid of cash. All right, the MOTB infrastructure being set up. Okay, everything is set in place. All right, to issue out this charagma, man. All right, you had Queen Elizabeth II just passed. All right, so we understand in the spirit that something major is coming. All right, the societal collapse, everything, man. Right? Let's get this. This is Job chapter 18. Let's start at verse 5, and it reads, okay. We're going to let the scripture speak. Job 18:5, it says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. Verse 6, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. All right? That's elimination, man. All right? Verse 7, the steps of his strength shall be straightened. Okay? And his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and walketh upon a snare. All right, because what's heavy, as of right now, these nations, they possess the nuclear technology, man. They possess the missiles. All right, Russia and China possess technology far superior than America's technology, man. All right, so he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare, a trap. Right? You see that Russia, as it tells you in Ezekiel 38, that Russia, Magog and Gog should be a protector, if you will, roughly paraphrasing, unto the other nations, a guard. There you go. That they should be a guard unto those other nations, and we see the alliances being made right now. Okay, to come against the West. Right? Verse 9, it says, the jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. All right. Verse 10, it says, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Okay. So now we're seeing in the snare, we're seeing what? The fall of his economy. Okay. We're seeing the fall of the morals in this place. Right. We're seeing the fall of his military, the power structure. Okay. The Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, has this devil in a snare and a trap, which has been laid for him. Verse 11, terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Okay. So all these nations are coming against him. All right. He's being called out. He's being revealed. All right. Shameful spewing is on his glory, as the scriptures tell us in Habakkuk. Right. You're finding out that these Edomites are pedophiles, Satanists, right? Drinkers of blood. All right. All manners of wickedness, man. It's all being revealed. Okay. You're known in the so-called Middle East as great Satan. Right. It says his strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. All right. Destruction is ready. All right. The missiles are ready. All right. The troops are ready. Okay. Verse 13. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, his house. This is why we see the fall of Babylon, man. The pride, the mirth, everything is done. All right. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, which is Yahweh Shem Shai. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Right? How did he get the land of America? Through rape, robbery, and murder. Okay? It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. It doesn't belong to him. Brimstone should be scattered upon his habitations, those missiles. Verse 16, his roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. Once again, his lineage being cut off. Extermination. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street, because this is it. There's not going to be any remembrance of Babylon, America, man. There's not going to be any, it's not going to be any pillars, any statues laying around. This place is going to be evaporated, man. He shall have no remembrance. He shall have his remembrance shall perish from the earth. He shall have no name in the street. Right? He shall be driven. Verse 18. He shall be driven into light. So, like, he should be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. Okay? He's literally being chased out of the world right now, man. Let me add on to that. Matter of fact, let me finish it out. It says he shall neither have son or nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. It's self-explanatory. Verse 20, it says, they that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as that went before were frightened. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not the Most High. Okay? This is his inevitable destiny, man. Right? Let me add on to that. It said that he should be chased out of the world. Right? Job 20 and 27. Let's go there. Right? Oh, yeah, we can start up a little bit. Right? Let's start at 22. Job 20 and 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, as I quoted earlier, man. Right? We're at the climax of the rule of the pride of Esau. All right? He's ready to bring in this MOT infrastructure. He's ready to crash the economy. Right? He's ready to bring in the total lawlessness throughout America, man. To bring forth what? Order out of chaos. All right? In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. All right? So we're right there. Okay? We're right there in that final act as we were just reading. All right? Like I said, here we find the climax in the conflict between good and evil. Okay? We're right here. We're at the climax of the Lord's script. All right? When he is about to fill his belly, right? The Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, and it cometh out of the body, yet the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Verse 27, my point, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, man. Okay? Going back to this internet, man. All right? Didn't John, what's his name? Was it John Rockefeller? One of those Rockefellers said that the internet should have never been created because this mechanism, this device was used to what? To expose him. All right? And the exposure is part of his downfall. Okay? So it says the heavens shall reveal his iniquity and the earth shall rise up against him. Okay? The earth is rising up, literally. The earth, the planet Earth itself, all right, and these other nations. Okay? They're rising up against the problem. You Edomites are the problem. All right? Everything is upside down and destroyed because of you. The earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. All right? This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh by Shema Shai. So once again, this is his destiny that he cannot avoid. Right? Let's get some more scripts. Okay. Oh yeah, I meant to bring this out earlier. Let me read this. It's Habakkuk 2:4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." All right. Esau wasn't created to be righteous. Yea, also because he transgressive by wine. All right, going into those philosophies. All right, those wines, those abominations that he pushes. You know, the Western way, democracy, and all of that, Western imperialism. All right. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death. All right. These Edomites are known as what? The border of wickedness. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. You see that? And he's trying to do that now by the way of his NWO, his New World Order. Right? Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, which is that debt that America cannot get out of, which is what, 220 trillion and counting, man. So these devils have no choice but to crash the economy, which we're seeing right now, man. The hyperinflation is going on right now. All right. The dollar bill is not back behind anything. Okay. And it's all set up to crash. Okay. Verse 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. All right. Meaning that you Edomites are going to be a spoil. All right. To these other nations, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of thy people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. There you go, man. Okay. So he's catching it. He's about to catch it, man. Okay. He's out of there. All right. Psalm 75 in verse 5, and it reads, it says, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another, all right, which is you Edomites. Okay, the scripture said that he cast down the thrones of proud princes, right? He putteth down one and setteth up another, which is Jacob, you Israelites. For the hand, verse 8, for in the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, there is a cup, and the wine is red, and it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of it the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. All right. So now it's Esau's turn to drink of the cup, which is consists of what? Hardcore slavery. All right. Hardcore slavery, and then the eventual elimination, all right, of you people, man. Thus saith the scriptures. Right. But I will declare forever, and I will sing praises to the power of Jacob. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. All right. And Jacob, all right, you Israelites are next to rule the planet Earth forever, man. Okay. And this is why Esau is trying to speed up his plans, because ultimately he knows that his time is short and he has to pay for everything that he's done because of him. Right. Let me get that too. That's in Isaiah. Let's make a point. Isaiah 24. Because of these damn devils, the whole earth, the whole planet Earth is out of course, man. Right? This is Isaiah 24. All right. Let's start at we start at the top. Isaiah 24:1. It says, behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. As it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. Verse 3, the land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai have spoken this word, which is going to come by that destruction. All right, which is drawing very near. Verse 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. All right, and that's why everything is completely destroyed in the planet Earth, because of the wicked rulers. All right. It says, verse 5, it says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant, man. And that's due to the rule of the elites, man. All right. Really, you Edomites, man. Okay. And once again, proving the point that you Edomites are in the power seat. You are the ones that are ruling. Okay. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai is coming back to get rid of you. Okay. This is your destiny that we're reading in these scriptures, man. As the title of the show, he shall be chased out of the world, man. Okay. You got to pay for turning everything upside down, for defiling the planet. All right. For corrupting the world, man. Isaiah 29 and 15, and it reads, it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. All right. All of your so-called secret societies. All right. Your so-called Illuminati and all of that, you know. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Right? The eyes of the Lord are in every place, as the scriptures say, right? Verse 16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? All right, because what's happening right now is that all of Esau's dirty laundry is being aired out, so to speak. All right, all of his history of wickedness and sin is being laid out before the world. All right, which goes into the exposure. Okay, you're being revealed. Okay, so the Most High, as I keep reiterating, the Most High, all right, is coming to cut you off. All right, to cut off the wicked from the face of the earth. Right. Let's get some more scriptures, man. Right. Oh yeah, let's get this. All right. Exactly. Is Isaiah 4? Yeah, Isaiah 14. Yeah, we'll read that. Okay, Isaiah 14 in verse 1, and it reads, it says, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers, which are the Israelite foreigners, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right, and that contributes to the great awakening that's taking place right now. All right, you have those Israelite foreigners that have been scattered abroad that are clinging on to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, verse 2, it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai for servants and handmaids. That's slavery. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay, that's what's happening in the kingdom to come. All right, you Edomites are going into hardcore slavery, man. Point blank, period. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass, and that in the day that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Who's the king of Babylon? Esau. And say, how have the oppressors ceased? How it says, how have the oppressors ceased? The golden city ceased. Right? The Most High is going to bring this place to naught. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with the continual stroke, he that have ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. You see that? And the scriptures also refer to Babylon as the hammer of the earth. All right. These devils ruled the world in anger. All right. And wrath with a continuous stroke, oppression. Okay. Slavery. All right. You know, stealing, rape, robbery, and murder. The whole nine. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, the cedars in Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. All right. And the feller is a lumberjack. Okay. A tree cutter. Right. And the nations are regarded as trees. Right. So it says no feller has come up against us. All right. You Edomites are regarded as that lumberjack. All right. You have been cutting down the nation since you've been in power. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. All right. The grave is stir up the dead for thee, which is the other nations. Right. Because the other nations are being stirred up to go to war. Right. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth, the kings of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. See, all that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right? Because now you're not the power no more. Right? You're not the bully no more, man. All right. These other nations, they got the juice now. They got the missiles. They got the technology, man. You see? Verse 11, thy pomp, thy pride is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee, man. Because the Lord is causing this place to corrode, to decompose, to fall apart. Right? His system. All right. All of his plans are being spoiled. Right? How art thou fallen from heaven? All right, out of power, O Lucifer. Right? When you look this up, it goes back to the king of Babylon. O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did it weaken the nations? You see? He's responsible for all the destruction and turmoil in the earth. Revelation 6:4. His blessing. He was given a great sword, all right, to take peace from the earth, that people should kill one another, right? You see? And how did that happen? Through his technology, his military, all right, the wars, all right, the chemical weapons, all right, that's all part of his blessing. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, which are the Israelites. I will also sit upon, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, because you Israelites are still under the slavery, under the captivity of these Edomites right here in America, man. Right? In the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Right? Yet thou should be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. All right? His ass is going down, man. Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Is this the Edomite? Is this the man that caused all hell and turmoil in the earth? Is this him? Right? This guy? Is this him? Right? Verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness, right? And destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners, man, because you tribes, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are still in slavery. It's pursuant to Jeremiah 50:33. Israel and Judah are held captive, and they that held them fast refused to let them go. Right? But yeah, that's pretty much the point, man. I just wanted to land back on that. All right, we're in the final act. All right, Esau's ass is being chased out of the world. Okay, so his kingdom is coming to an end. Right? But yeah, I pray this quick lesson was edifying, man. Just wanted to bring it out and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. All right, a shalom to the next one. Shalom.